Good day and welcome to this Thursday edition of Erongo Talk here in Walvis Bay, specifically at the Kapana stalls. So, as your host for today, my name is Adolf Kaure and I'll be bringing you the news, weather and tides as usual. And I'll also be bringing you a very interesting interview with Johann Viljoen, who is the owner and founder of Namib Chilli, and he'll be talking more about that business and how he plans on making Namib Chilli a nationwide brand. So don't go anywhere. Here is today's calendar day. And now for the news here at the Kapana stalls in Walvis Bay. So in our first story, the Erongo Regional Health Director Anna Jonas says that there are still first and second doses of both the AstraZeneca and Sinopharm vaccines available at all district hospitals in the Erongo region. And speaking at the bi-weekly COVID-19 briefing at the office of the governor yesterday, Jonas urged members of the public to get vaccinated in order to further curb the further spread of the virus. And Jonas emphasized that nobody that needs the jab will be turned away. So she was quoted as saying, we still have vaccines available. Thus, the community is urged to go to their nearest vaccination points so that they can be provided with the vaccine. We are still waiting for additional doses, she said. So currently only 2% of the Erongo's population has received both the first and second doses of the vaccine, while 11% have received the first dose. And in educational news, the Education Ministry amended the school terms again due to an increase in COVID-19 cases and deaths nationwide. The winter holiday, which was initially created to curb the spread of the virus, has been extended. So learners from pre-primary to grade 9 will not return to school on 26 July as initially stated, but will now return on 4 August. And teachers are expected at their posts on 2 August. And you can check this one on our website, which is www.erongo.com.na. And in more education news, the Namibia College of Open Learning, that is NAMCOL, in conjunction with the Ministry of Education, Arts and Culture, launched an e-learning project in which NAMCOL produced materials for use, especially amidst the COVID-19 pandemic. So Sanet Steenkamp, who is the Education Ministry's Executive Director, delivered the keynote address on behalf of Education Minister Anangi Pondoka at the launch of the e-learning resources. And she said that Namibia as a country recognizes and strives to achieve the SDGs, that is now the Sustainable Development Goals, especially in this era of uncertainty that has caused the biggest education disruption due to the pandemic. And finally, the Minister of Fisheries and Marine Resources, Derek Claassen, started a 4-day working visit in the Erongo region. So Claassen arrived yesterday and accompanied by Erongo Governor Neville Andre and Walvis Bay Mayor Trevino Forbes, met with Mati Amakwa, the chairman of the Confederation of Namibia Fishing Associations. So the minister also paid a visit to Venmar Fishing and the offices of the Namibia Food and Allied Workers Union, that is NAFAO, later in the day. He is scheduled to visit the COVID-19 vaccination point at the Tuna Core premises today before he proceeds to visit and meet with representatives of various other fishing factories from the harbour town. So you can catch this and many other stories on our website, which is www.erongo.com.na. I'm here with Johann Viljoen, who is the owner of Namib Chilli. How are you?
Fine, thanks.
No complaints. Tell us about Namib Chillis. How did it start, the whole journey of this beautiful product that you have here at the back?
Adolf, due to Corona, COVID, my wife and I used to be in the tourism industry, lodge management. We stopped working in January last year. We were going to open a new place for somebody, and that just never got off the ground.
Okay.
And then we were stuck here in Swakopmund. And eventually I realized I had to start making money. I had to get an income. And I advertised to my matric friends and former colleagues and family, and everybody just said, but you've got the solution in your cupboards, just sell it, stop giving it away. And I started selling and I advertised, and then it just got out of hand.
Okay. So afterwards you realized that, okay, people are interested in this thing. It's taking off the roof now.
Yeah, the thing, I never realized how many Namibians actually like chili. I myself, I didn't grow up in a house that used chili, nothing at all. And I started eating chilies in 1994. I started making a braai sauce. There was nothing commercially available. I mean, the two most famous South African braai sauces only started at about 97, 98. But we were going to Von Bach Dam for Christmas, and I wanted to braai pork chops and a pork rib. So I made my own sauce from something I bought and added chilies and garlic, and it was nice. And I left it in the fridge, and 3 weeks later I realized, oops, it's still in the fridge. Took it out and it was wonderful. It's just the way the chilies and the garlic mixed. It sort of matured in the fridge. And so that's what started me with this whole chili thing. And I made it as a hobby for so many years and never thought of selling it.
So you turned your hobby into actually your livelihood now. And this was last year. And officially you are open, you've opened this specific building this year, isn't it?
Yeah, what happened is we worked from home, and then I'm really grateful. God's been so good to us. I was doing a tasting in Isakos one day, and the MD of one of the big companies walked in. He was on his way to Swakopmund, and he stopped and he tasted my stuff and he said, wow, come see me. And then the same happened with a Christmas market we had here in Swakopmund. And an MD of another company tasted the stuff. He said, do you have barcodes? I said, I'll get some. So we started getting into the retail market, but you have to have certain, there's rules and regulations you have to adhere to. So, and one of them was I had to open a factory. I had to get a food processing certificate. And everything just fell in place. So we opened the factory on the 1st of February this year.
Well, congratulations. And as you can see behind us, we have different flavors. If you can perhaps give us one of your favorite, or maybe just the routine, the process of making this product, what goes through the whole process?
I can't give away my recipe, but I can tell you what I do.
Yes.
We use mostly red and green jalapeno. There's a problem to get chilies at this time of the year, but what we do is I started buying seed and providing to people to plant for us. And because it's difficult to get from South Africa, if you go to a retail shop and you say, I want this and this and this, I order, but they can't always give you what you want. And then you've got a problem to keep your recipe consistent, because you get different types of chilies with different heat levels. And I have to keep changing the recipe. So I decided, let me stick with jalapeno, which is a nice, fat, fruity chili. And the taste is sort of consistent. If I need hotter, I can add hotter chilies to spike it. If I need to make it less hot, you bring down the heat, then obviously you mix something or you take out some of the seeds. So what we do here, this is Namibian Tabasco.
Yes.
And my dream is to see these in all the restaurants in the country. There are already restaurants that order from us bulk 5 liters. And it's a wonderful product. But what we do is then we have to filter out the seeds, and then the seeds that stay behind, we add more fruit and pulp to it, and then we get the traditional chili sauce, which Shundungu and Oshivambu. And you get it all over Africa, basically. So this is a staple that's really, really popular.
All right.
So we don't waste anything. I mean, it goes from this to this.
And what can you enjoy? What kind of food can you enjoy some of these chilies with? I mean, you can probably, it's almost like tomato sauce, braai, whatever. You can do anything with it.
Everything. You can have chili literally with everything.
You know, with this corona, I'm sure this is something that you can enjoy with a meal as well, and it can help you as well.
Definitely. It's a natural decongestant. It's good for your blood pressure. Actually brings down the blood pressure. It's just a wonderful thing, and it's really addictive. Once you start eating chilies, you won't stop, I promise you.
And what has been the reaction been from the locals? Because this is a local product, as you can see there, proudly Namibian. How have the people been reacting from just the locals on the streets and so on, as well as the supermarkets?
It's been a wonderful response. It's been a steep learning curve for us. We do lots of markets where we go and sit back at the table, we pack out the tasters like this, and then people come and taste, and that's the only way to get feedback. It takes a long time to get out there, to get on the shelves, to get people aware of the product.
Yes.
It takes a long time, but that's the way you get to know the different tastes. And we start literally from sweet, mild, medium, hot to very hot. And then people show up and they go, what's your hottest? I say, I don't make hot, I make lekker. But once people taste, and sometimes what you think was the hottest, they go, no, it's not hot enough for me.
Okay.
Or they stop halfway and say, oh no, that's too hot for me, I can't go further. So tastes really different.
Everyone has their own taste. Okay. Going forward, or let me say, what have been your challenges? I mean, Corona has been a challenge, but maybe you can go in depth with that one.
Challenges, like I said, chili supply. But I've got wonderful farmers supporting me now, and everybody's going through the whole thing. Bottles was a big problem. We started running out of bottle supply in Namibia because everything gets imported from South Africa, sadly. And because of Corona, Consol, which is the biggest glass factory in South Africa, they actually had to shut down one of the factories. And at one stage, I couldn't get bottles because there's no production date. They can't say when they will have bottles again. Then I had to make a decision, so I went to a supplier in Windhoek, a Namibian company, and they actually blow these bottles for us.
Wow.
So plastic is cheaper, it's easier to recycle. I mean, you just chuck it or you burn it, it's gone. You don't have to worry about recycling glass. It's cheaper. For transport costs, it's cheaper, it's lighter. And then also, I mean, if you braai and you slip and you drop the bottle, it won't break like the glass bottles. So to me, it's a win-win situation. Sometime in the future, when we've got enough turnover, we can actually have our own bottles made to a specific mold, maybe with our logo in it, or a different shape, a unique shape, like people go into the shop and they say, oh, that's a Namib Chilli bottle. But for now, we're happy. We've had lots of problems, but the biggest problem is still COVID. it's killing business, and
It's the biggest problem for everyone at the moment. You've mentioned the future. Next 5 years, where do you envision this company to be?
My mission is to be the best, biggest chili sauce company in Namibia. We've had a lot of interest from South Africa, from the UK, from Europe, even from the States. But because of COVID, so many people are making chili sauces, and the South African chili sauce, the hot sauce market is actually saturated at the moment. So I don't want to go in there. I want to stay in Namibia, become the best. And then vision-wise, like I said, I want to see these guys on all tables in the country. There's the big American sauce out there. They make 700,000 bottles a day. I don't want to compete with them. I just want to give an alternative to Namibians to say, look, this is a locally made product. It's organic. It's bigger and it's cheaper than the American. So go for this. And then obviously, the bigger we get, the more people we can employ or empower. Exactly. We're busy getting agents in outlying towns to help us to get the product out there. But also, it's going to be on the same basis as Justine and Avon and those companies. They're not going to work for me, they're going to work for themselves. So the more they work, the better they can sell, the more money they can make for themselves.
Here as well, you also have employed someone. Can you tell me more about him? Is he your assistant? What is his name? And how valuable is he to you?
My assistant, Leopold, is a jack of all trades. I discovered him, he started working for me just as a general worker at home. And then one day I said, please, can you do this for me? He helped me with the bottles. And then I saw, but he's really keen. He wants to get involved with the chili business. So he started helping with the bottling, I think with the labeling. So now he's doing everything around here. He's my right hand. From the moment that the raw chilies come in here until they go out, he helps me with everything. Chopping and cooking and mixing and bottling and wrapping, everything. So
awesome. So you've also put bread on the table, and hopefully when the company grows, you'll also employ more people.
Most definitely.
Right. And here at the shop, what are your working hours? When can people come in to buy chilies? Monday to Friday, or is it Monday to Sunday?
The problem is I still have to run out and get some supplies, equipment and things. So we decided we'll leave the shop open from 9 until 3 every day. Okay. So I could do an early morning shopping run, or in the afternoon. Also give me time for deliveries. What we've got at the moment is a special for Swakopmund citizens. If they order something worth $100 Namibian or more, we will go and do a free delivery for them. We've also got a website special where people from all over the country can order, then in excess of $300 Namibian, we will deliver it for them for free. And so just because a few shops that sold our products in Swakopmund have closed due to bad business, we decided, okay, let us open the factory shop as well. So we sell here from 9 to 3 during the week, and then Saturdays from 9 to 1. Also because the markets have been stopped. We did lots of markets. We did the Boeremarkt Windhoek every month, which is a tremendous way to get the product out there. And people come back every month just for your product. It's with all the suppliers out there.
And they obviously also get your business cards and so on. And speaking of business cards, where can we find you on social media, and what is your number for people who want to order?
Very easy. On Facebook, Namib Chilli. Facebook has been so powerful. It's been wonderful for us. As soon as I took out an ad on Facebook Business, it just exploded. So Namib Chilli on Facebook, and then also we're on Twitter. I'm lying, not Twitter, Instagram. And we've got a website, www.namibchilli.com, where you can see the products, you can see the prices you can order from. And yes, go when people
also call you directly.
They can call me directly, 081-873-9999. And then what people can also help us with is, it's a proudly Namibian product. And they must just go into their friendly neighborhood shop and say, are you selling Namib Chilli? That's how awareness starts among the shopkeepers out there, and they will eventually start. We've got a lot of inquiries from just dropping out of the sky, just as the awareness grows. We've only been doing it since August, September last year, with a factory in February. And it just exploded, so we are really grateful for that.
Yes, and I've also seen the product in other retailers as well as Total and so on. In which street are you located if someone wants to drive past and go and get product?
We're in Swakopmund in Nelson Mandela Avenue, Malta Park, which is opposite Rightway Shell and Ours Motors. The same complex where Magic Discounters, you can't miss them.
You can't miss it. And what are your closing remarks for our viewers out there?
I would like to say to all small business people out there, please do not give up. Believe in yourself. We need to stand together and come up with solutions and fight this disease that's been ransacking the country. But don't give up.
Hey guys, my name is Kunjane Kavari. I would just like to give you guys a study tip that works very well for me. What I usually do is that I go through old exam papers because they help me to familiarize myself with the questions that they ask within the exams, and it also helps with time management so that I can manage my time very well during exams, especially when you're in an exam room. You really forget about time, and all of a sudden you just hear 5 minutes left and you still have like 3 pages left. So it really helps me timing myself at home, making sure that I'm within the time limit that is requested from me. And it really helps you to know the questions in depth. You see the question, you get to make research within your textbooks, within your workbooks and so on. So I really hope this also works very well for you, and good luck during your exams whenever that is.
It is now time for the tides and the weather forecast in all the major towns in the Erongo region. All good things do come to an end, and so unfortunately today's episode has also come to an end. But you can follow and like our social media platforms that we have. That is Erongo for Instagram, Twitter as well as Facebook. We are available on all 3 platforms, and you can also check us out on YouTube. So do make sure that you also follow our website, which is www.erongo.com.na. for the latest news and so much more. You can also check out our WhatsApp as well as Telegram number, which is 0811 70040. I repeat that number. It's 0811 70040. So we are still in the midst of the pandemic, so please do make sure that you adhere to all the mitigation and all the protocols that have been set out by the government. So I would like to say once again, thank you for being in my presence for today, and thank you as well to the production crew behind the scenes. You do not want to miss tomorrow's show. It's going to be epic. So from me, Adolf Kaure, it has been a pleasure having you in my company. Ciao.